Once again, I welcome you all in my next session of Attitude, which is tri-component model. Basically, before understanding the tri-component model, I'll just I memorize you the Levis-Nestina model, which you might have studied in advertising lecture. The Levis-Nestina model is just in a fun way. What I used to deliver to my students. You just remember Akela PCP. Akela PCP, AKLPCP. So A is awareness towards the product. K is knowledge about the product. L is learning towards a particular product. P is your persuasions, right? Persuasions about the product. C is conviction, right? You get convinced after using all the above steps, and P is finally you purchase a product. So Levi's and Steiner model is all about starting from awareness till you make a final decision. Akela PCP, so quite easy to remember. Akela PCP: awareness, knowledge, liking, preference, conviction. P is preference. A is awareness, K is knowledge, L is learning, P is preference. You give preference. You have options of products, right? Because you will be surrounded by the more than two products, right? So you are going to give preference, the best amongst the amongst so many products, right? So P is preference, C is convinced, right? C is conviction. Conviction means convinced, and P means finally purchase decision. So once you go through the Levis and Steiner model, there is a need to understand the tri-component model. Basically, the tri-component model is nothing. It's a combination of the cognitive, affective, and cognitive, right? So your attitude develops from the stimuli, right? The stimuli is what you learn from the environment. You see advertisement, you meet salespeople, you see the promotional offers of the company, you see the brand ambassador of a particular company, you see the CSR activities of a company. Like for example, we said just few days before the result of IIT G mains came, and a few executives from the Indian Oil were talking with the students. So why the executives of the Indian Oil came to talk with the students? Because the Indian Oil has sponsored the all types of fee waivers for students who are going to appear in IIT-G exam. So almost 28 30 girls they cracked IT exam, and the code, every type of expenditure was being done by the company itself, Indian Oil for example, right? So so there are so many it's a part of corporate social responsibility. So CSR is also very important in terms of developing attitude, where people try to see the product which you are going to purchase, what they are going to purchase, what is the image of that company in society. So this all could be the stimuli. This all could be your stimuli. So after going through the stimuli, after learning so many things from the stimuli, like for example from advertisement, from promotional offers, from talking with the sales executives, right? You develop three different types of attitude. One is the three different things happens, three different components you develop, right? The one is the cognitive, second is affective, and third one is the cognitive. So again, already we have discussed the cognitive as what you start thinking the product. Affective is all about you start feeling the product, and cognitive is all about doing the product. So already I have discussed the difference between the thinking and the feeling. Thinking is what what do you think before purchasing a particular product. What could be the obstacles, what could be the conditions, and how to overcome that conditions. You start thinking on that. Feeling is, so the basic difference thinking and feeling is, thinking is your pre-activity and feeling is your post-activity, right? If I purchase a particular product, right, after purchasing a particular product, after using the particular product, what do I feel? That is a part of your affective, right? And before purchasing a product, there are the conditions. There are so many conditions. So how you fulfill that conditions, that is a part of your thinking. So when I say the cognitive and affective, cognitive is basically your preconditions and affective is basically your post conditions. Precondition means before purchasing product, and post condition is after purchasing product. In between these two, thinking and the feeling, what exactly you do, that is a part of your cognitive. So basically cognitive works as an intermediary between the cognitive and the affective. Cognitive is your first stage, affective is your last stage, and cognitive is your combining or joining these two stages, right? And once you start doing on all these three, you basically develop a positive, could be chances of negative attitude, but at least you develop one sort of attitude towards a particular product and the service. So this is your tri-component model. And I will suggest you, before going through the tri-component model, you please go through the Lewis and Stina model, because tri-component model is to some extent is related to this advertising model, so-called Lewis and Stina. LNS model is very famous in the name of LNS model. Okay, so thank you very much.